hello, hello, hello. What's up, America? It's me, Arnez J, aka Yo Sweet Potato. You know, fans always want to ask me questions, but I'm going to bring you into my world a little bit. My name is Arnez J. I've been doing comedy for going on probably about 34 years now. Believe it or not, I was always a class clown. That's usually, I feel, some of your best comedians of yesteryear and maybe even present time, they were class clowns, which I was. I stayed in trouble. I mean, literally. I thought my second math class was the principal's office, but it's okay. A lot of my career in comedy has been because of true epic true events. My comedy is about not what I'm writing, but what is going on in my head about my life story. And I was a flight attendant for an airline, and a first class passenger. I guess my thing was to make all the passengers laugh all the time. I just was crazy with it. And I used to fly what was called the A300 Airbus, which seated 262 passengers. And I worked a pub. I was a bartender, and I don't even drink. But it was more drunk people leaving off that flight that loved the way I made their liquor. I didn't know what I was making. I just called it a name. But a first class passenger came up to me and said, "You need to be doing comedy." My first time ever on the stage was in Denver, Colorado at the Comedy Workshop. Denver, Colorado. Yes, I was based in Denver. But was arrested in Denver, did my crime in Denver. Denver. What a place. First real comedian that I would consider the real comedian, me seeing live, was Robert Townsend. I remember it like it was yesterday. He had a broke arm, had on a green shirt and white pants. That's right. I saw him perform and I went, wow, wow, I can do this. Where did I get the name Sweet Potato? Sweet Potato actually came from a friend of mine when I was doing a celebrity basketball game. And I shot the ball, and I guess he caught me at a look. He said, "That's the way to shoot it, Sweet Potato." And then when that happened, it just stuck with everybody. Yeah, so I don't mind. So what? I like sweet potato pie. It's not funny, but it's part of kind of let you know who I am. We were doing a show in Atlanta, Georgia at the Comedy Act Theater. Well, all of a sudden, and the reason I say this is good, because it came to how I was trained. I was trained in martial arts for over 19 years. I was trained by my father, who was not only a fire chief in the United States Army, a lifer, and the medical field. Well, someone had gotten shot, and they ran inside the Comedy Act. And I remember seeing that person because he had just left the club. Well, he comes there, and a bullet went into his head and out the other end. So the clothes that I had on, the coat jacket I took off, I remember it was like a members only look, but it was fluffy. I took it off and I actually tied it on his head, and he was screaming in pain, and I turned it into a tourniquet on the head. Now, I don't know what that could have done. I mean, it could have killed him, but you're talking about reaction. So when I did that, that was pretty much one of my final times that I performed at the Comedy Act. But he lived, and not only did he live, he graduated college, and for some odd reason, years down the road, I seen his parents. And his parents, they gave me the biggest hug. And it's just, wow. And I think that actually, in an odd type of way, made me want to dig deeper into being one of the best comedians. I feel that I want to be out on this road. Love to make people have better days and to laugh. I'm not afraid of anything or anyone. I don't know. I lied. I think I'm afraid of my wife, but don't tell nobody. Here's one of the fun experiences. It didn't happen to me, of course, but it was still funny. I was doing a show with a comedian back in the day. Her name was Simply Marvelous from Louisiana. We were doing a show in Greenville, South Carolina. Well, she goes to one end of the stage, she falls off. So, being black, I'm sorry, we're gonna laugh. That's just what we do. We make sure you're all right first, and then we gonna laugh the hell up. She got on the stage, we made sure she was all right. she went back into doing her routine. So I'm off to the side of the stage. Then I hear, oh no, not again. She was on her way down on the other side. This time, this time they had to call in the ambulance. And she said, I'm okay. And somebody said, well, one thing we know is you dizzy. So I think that was the last time she did comedy. I mean, that was funny to me. It just was.